Hello everybody. This will be my first stream. Sorry it took a little bit to get going. I'm going to be doing a movie review for Dungeons & Dragons right now. I actually just watched the movie and not that huge of a. It was a pretty entertaining movie. So, I just wanted to point out that it stars Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Lene Jean Page, Justice Smith, Sophia Lillis, Hugh Grant. Those are mainly the big stars that's in it, decent stars. Chris Pine plays somebody called Eden Darvis. He's pretty much the main character. Michelle Rodriguez is playing somebody named Holga. She is a barbarian, and she is a badass. She has one of the coolest fights I've seen in a while. And this is spoiler free. This is not spoiler free. This is a spoiler warning for anyone that has not watched the movie. Her biggest fight I've seen. It looked like a makeshift armory, and she fought like a badass. And it was badass. It was pretty badass. And I mean, she whipped her ass with pretty much anything she could handle. Hammers, an axe, helmet. it was cool. So the main story of this movie is pretty much Holga and Eden were pretty much set up from the get-go to rob basically his employers. And basically they were tricked. They were going to get something to bring his wife back from the dead. It was like a little tablet to bring his loving wife back from the dead. And halfway through it, they were set up. They were froze by a time spell, and he didn't catch on right away that their friend, who's played by Hugh Grant, his name's Forge, set him up with the lizard villain. Her name is Sophina. Well, you find that out later in the movie. We'll get to that. But when they were looking for the tablet, when he pulled the tablet off, it kind of set off a signal to let all of them know that they were in there. It's a Harper's strong point. That's what his employers were, the Harpers. And once they were notified that they were trying to steal the tablet of Reawakening is what it's called, they came in to try to capture them. And she ended up doing a time spell. It kind of like froze people in time, including, of course, the Harpers, but also froze Holga and Eden. I can get that. And everyone else escaped. And before he completely froze, he threw the tablet to Forge and told him to take care of the daughter and the tablet. And then, of course, they go to jail. It's pretty long in jail. I mean, they're breaking ice with pitchforks, so it's not very fun jail prisoner. But escape. And they find out that the lead wizard's still with him, Sophina, and they meet Egwin's his daughter, and her name is they meet Egwin's daughter. I forgot her name for a second. Kira. Sorry, I had to look up in my notes. As I said, this is my first stream, live streams, and first movie review, so I love movies, so I just really wanted to. So as I was saying, when they meet with Kira, she's under the impression that he was trying to steal something called the Tablet of Witches, and not the tablet that he was actually looking for. And that was because it was lied to by Forge. Forge was telling her to know that in reality he was looking for the Tablet of the Awakening, but Forge told the daughter that he was looking for the witches, so she had left her and abandoned her, and which isn't true. So after all that, the daughter storms off upset, which is understandable because your dad abandoned you for money. Find out that he upset. He also worried about justice. And that's not as bad as the dragon. Stuck in the forest. They get taken off to what the Forge thinks is prison, but Lily Sophina tells the guard to kill him. And this brings up another fight with Michelle Rodriguez's character, Holga the Barbarian. I mean, she whips their ass. First, she takes a brick, blocks the axe. After she buys time by, just basically talking about the weapon that's about to cut her head off, which is funny, and beats people with a brick and whips their ass, and then takes his axe just as another insult to him because she likes the weapon. Then they make a little smooth joke of, let's get what he uses to clean the axe on the way out. After that, they go find Simon, who's he's a sorcerer, not a very good sorcerer, but he's a sorcerer, and he is doing like parlor tricks basically. He's doing it as a maneuver because he's trying to steal the money from the people there, which he's doing very well at until he drops all the money and gets caught. It has another good special effects in that scene where they flip everything upside down. Basically, he used a spell that flipped everything. That one looked a lot better than the one where they were sucking it for, but it was probably more practical than special, but I haven't watched the special features, so I'm not sure. It was still pretty smooth for the most part, even if it wasn't practical as all get out. I do know they used a lot of money for this movie. talk about how he liked fire, so I'm pretty sure when he was shot into the sky towards the end of Escape, that was mostly a line. But not very good. He's funny in this movie, but his character is a terrible wizard. It gets better towards the end. So, they find Simon, they escape with Simon. Koga ends up catching him on this guy, which is pretty funny. Then they move on to go find a character called Ulrich. I'm trying to say that right. Who is a druid. She basically shapeshifts, which is really cool. She ends up in the beginning of the meeting her turning into a bear/owl, which is pretty cool. Special effects, but it was done very well. She ends up covering it. From there, we go to basically her home. She tells them how revolutionaries and Forge are pretty much destroying the things. And they ask for help, and she helps. End up going to look for a helmet that pretty much nullifies or destroys all the magic barriers around them. So they go from that. And then they go looking for Zeke Yonder, who's a paladin. He is probably the best character in the whole movie, because he is one bad motherfucker. He whips everybody's ass quickly and efficiently. He's also a Fae, which Edgin does not like, because they are the ones that helped the Lid Wizard kill his wife. They also were turned into basically the undead. Wizards, basically. Undead fighters, undead Fae, undead wizards. From one of the other villains, who is, he looks really cool. He kind of looks like a zombie. His name is Saztan. He's a powerful wizard, and he looks like a cone. Well, his technical name for it, and it basically turns everybody into the undead. He turns all the dead, and that's a Zeke Yonder. I'm sorry. He watched his mom, his dad, basically all of his people. He turned into like them. Sad state. Who's a little just in my house. Sorry. So, we go find him, and of course, Egg is not on the edge. It's not a big fan of this idea. Talking to him, and they don't have no choice. He's the last person to helmets. And they found this out about a couple more, I think 3 dead people back to life for a couple, like 5 questions total. After 5 questions, they fall back dead. We learned this hard way because Justice Mystery tells us, but of course we think that's supposed to something to do. And then he legitimately asked 5 stupid questions by accident, and this motherfucker falls back in. So they got to dig somebody else. So they end up digging like 5 people. And then they finally figure out that it's Zeke. So they go, they find him. He's doing this really cool thing with his horn. It's like a cat, cheetah thing, like a baby on a fish's mouth. And I thought I'd say the fish ate the cheetah, but yeah. We go from there, and he tells them that he put that helmet in a place called, I don't want to get the name right before I tell y'all what it's called, the Underdark, which I had a lot of questions about that when they said the Underdark. My wife was like, oh my god, don't go there. Please don't fucking go there. Don't go to an Underdark. It's so scary. Don't go there. Don't go there. And it looked pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie. So they went down to the Underdark through a massive hole, which my wife says is not a good idea to go down that hole either. But what do I know? So again, not a big fan. They get down there, and he's trying to explain how to cross this damn bridge. At first, they run into this thing that looks like a brain with legs, and he says that it only attacks people with high intelligence. And of course, it walks by everybody but his ass because he's up on the rock, which is funny as hell. So they get past the brains and they get to this bridge. He tells them how to cross it, and I mean, he was explaining it like a motherfucker, and I was lost after the first sentence. Lost. Gone. Not even in the same universe. And so is the other characters. And Justice Smith's character, Simon, steps on part of the bridge by accident, and the whole fucking thing falls in. It was hilarious. And he's like, oops. So they're trying to figure out how they're going to cross to the other side, and they have no fucking idea. They're thinking about tying a rope to an axe and throwing it, which is, I have very high hope that's not going to work out. So she goes to pull the rope out of the bag, and she ends up pulling a staff. She calls it a walking stick, but it's a staff. And it teleports, basically. There's a name for it. I'm just going to call it a teleporting staff. Teleports. She put it on one wall, and then put it on another wall. He said it has like 500 feet. And they're able to teleport over there, which they do, and goes well. Then they get the helmet. This is a pretty cool looking helmet. And then they get attacked by the bad guys, pretty much. Assassins of the Thanian assassins. I call them Thay. I think that's the word they use in the movie too. Thanian assassins. And during the fight, he kills them all. I mean, Zinc yonder kills them all, and I mean kills them with some style. The last guy who had a green fire sword was a little harder to kill, and he gets a good burn in on Zinc yonder. Burns his armpit a little bit when he catches the sword, but he still slits his throat. And those motherfuckers get back up. Because they're dead, of course. So they just all get back up like nothing happened, just shaking off a stab wound like it's a Sunday breakfast or a morning coffee. It's fucking like, what the hell? Mine's been laying there for at least another couple minutes. Y'all get up in like 30 seconds. Fucking stupid. So obviously I won't make it in that universe. I'll be dead quicker than fuck. So after that, they go to run off, and they run into this motherfucking dragon. And when I see a head pop out, I'm like, God damn, this is gonna be awesome. His head pops out, and it's a fucking fat dragon. Yeah, I'm a fat guy. Don't get me wrong. This is a fat dragon. What the fuck? Can't be a skinny dragon? No, it has to be a fat dragon. Like, nobody wants to watch a non-scary fat dragon chase people. And the special effects on it wasn't even that nice. The face on that dragon looks fucking stupid. And don't get me wrong, I like the movie for the most part. Just didn't like the dragon. But past the fat dragon, they fight it, and of course, it gives them a hell of a battle, even though it's fat and stupid looking. I'm never gonna get over this dragon, so if you watch the channel hoping I get over the dragon, I'm not. It pissed me off a little bit. A little bit here, it'll piss me off a whole lot. Because when you see a dragon, you want a good dragon. So, alright, I'm gonna move on to the dragon before I lose viewers over a damn dragon. So, they end up fighting the dragon, they run away from it. Zinc yonder does this awesome dive onto the dragon's head and stabs it right in the head. And of course it lives. And it's got a lot of fucking fishing. Then they end up going into basically a doorway that leads them into a dead end. And Edgin comes up with this idea that they're just going to let the water come all the way in, and then they're going to escape through the hole. in the ceiling by because the dragon can't breathe fire unless he has something that ignites it, and he doesn't have anything that ignites it that will ignite it without a spark. And Simon, in the beginning, had a trick where he can light his finger on fire. So they all ducked under the water and had Simon do his little finger move. That came out. Put his finger up in the air and basically blew up the dragon using his gas out of his mouth. I have gas all the time, but I don't blow shit up, so it was a pretty cool trick. And it was pretty smooth and smart. Like, you didn't expect him to come up with that quickly before they all drowned. So they escaped that way, which was pretty smooth. And then they because he has to bond the helmet, we'll call it, and he does not at all bond with that helmet. He ends up meeting his great uncle, which my wife tells me is from the game also. And no, his great grandfather. And his great uncle just is not the biggest at all. He's blasting like 20 feet into the stands with the helmet on. Like, he says he's been doing it for hours, so I'm assuming probably a good 20, 30 times he was ass forward in that fucking sand. Which really makes him pissed off and discourages him, and he thinks he can't do it, so they end up coming with plan B. And then they come up with plan C, D, plan F. They come up with more plans just to get this done. And most of the plans fail. But moving on from there, they come up with that they're going to put the portal on a painting and then put it into the vault so they can get into the vault and get the goat. It's a pretty straightforward plan, but actually a pretty decent plan if you do that. So, it works for the most part. It makes, I mean, they get the painting into the carriage, they get the painting into the vault, and then think that they're going to drop the motherfucker on the ground, which they did. So, it does no good for a while. Then Dora, who's played by Sophia Lillis, comes up with the idea that she can make it small, make a small incision and go in as a worm, making she can shapeshift, which is a very, very smart idea. I mean, but it's very time consuming. It takes her a while to be able to do that. So after they do that, the rest of them are going to use the helmet again, and they convince Simon that he can't use the helmet. He just needs to believe in himself. Believe and will succeed in the long run. So they get him to believe in himself. And sorry, I suck at playing and talking at the same time, obviously. So they get him to believe in himself. He's able to get into the vault. They find out that the goat's not even in the vault, it's a trap. So him and Holga get trapped. And this is after Holga's fight, by the way. I skipped over that because I already talked about it. Badass fight. Michelle Rodriguez is hot, but this fight just makes her really hot, even though she has armpit hair. Because she's Boromir. Now, they get into the vault. Him and Holga get trapped. Basically, it looks like an octopus comes up out of the ground and traps them. And then Sophia Lillis is able to, which is Durek, is able to make it into there, the vault, the actual vault where the money is, which is underneath Elena. And she's able to make it in there, and she finds out that it's not in the vault. She tries to warn him, she gets knocked out after she sees the money get loaded into a ship. And then Edwin makes it up to his daughter's room. He goes to talk to her and finds out that Sophina has pretty much tricked him into thinking that she was his daughter. So they, sorry, I'm getting a lightsaber. He gets trapped too. They all end up in the lead. And they end up fighting. Looks like a jaguar or a panther with fucking tentacles in a maze, which is a pretty awesome monster to go in. It can also make hallucinations of itself, or mirages of itself to trick you. And now, or was it a cool idea? I think it was a cool idea. It did not look. It looked a little off to me, like they missed something in it. I don't know how to explain it. It just looked off. I don't know. It's my preference. That it looked off. So, moving on from that. There, we get to them escaping. They end up getting to the boat, and Forge takes Egwene's daughter captive, and says he's gonna kill her. So they end up coming with an escape plan to get her out, and they do. I mean, she hopefully gets a potato, which is funny. I ain't killed nobody in this motherfucking game. I'm too distracted talking about a movie. So they knock him out with a potato. Then he goes to kill him, and Simon, who's became a better sorcerer since he punched his great-grandfather in the face, who turned out to be him. Basically himself, he had to overcome to become a sorcerer. And he punched him in the face, he has powers. Became a great sorcerer, was able to make a tidal wave, knocked Forge down, and move the ship. Then they realized that Sofina's main goal was to get as many people there as possible so she can turn them into her undead army. And their brightest idea they came up with, which was a decent idea, was to put all the gold into a blimp balloon type thing and disperse it among the people, townspeople, and they could get them all to come outside away from that area so they could save them. Pisses her off, and they have a fight with Sofina. She's able to basically they're able to basically hold up their own against her. I mean, Simon's able to nullify, like, stop Sofina's time spell long enough for Edwin's daughter to put a bracelet on her to stop her powers, and then she ends up getting killed by Durik, which is pretty cool because she crushes her with debris from her owlbear, which is pretty cool. And we find out that the Lord of Neverwheel is okay, and he ends up taking back control of Neverwinter again. And then, of course, Forge goes to prison. He tries to escape, similar to the same way they did before, without the best outcome. But that's the gist of the movie. I legitimately just finished it a few minutes ago before I started my review. And if I had to, I mean, I didn't want to see it in theaters. My wife did, so we didn't go. I just ended up buying it on Vudu. If I had to say whether or not I would watch it again, I would, maybe a couple more times to see if I missed anything. I just wanted to make sure I got the review out today, like I promised everybody who's on my chat. It's not many, I only have 10 subscribers. I'm hoping to get it out by the end of the month, next month, which is for what my understanding is impossible to do, and I love when they say something's impossible to do because then I want to do it even more. They say it usually takes 6 months to a year to get that many subscribers. So, other than that, that will be my very first review. I'll be putting one on Pope's Exorcist in a little bit. My name is Adam. I didn't introduce myself at the beginning, obviously, so that wasn't the smartest idea. Adam, my channel is Friday the 14th. You need to subscribe, please. Help a brother out. I legitimately just started his channel, as I said, so the more subscribers I get, the better chances I can to build my stream, which is my ultimate goal. I love movies, I love gaming. I'm not that great at Fortnite, but I will have Fortnite games on here too. I'm also on Twitch. Please watch me below. That's all I have for you guys today. Sorry for the lock at the beginning. There was a couple of glitches. I watched it. As I said, thank you guys. Doesn't help me out. I'm going to end this one so I can get ready for the next one. Thank you for watching the stream. And hopefully I get to see y'all again. If you have any comments or any questions or anything you want me to review in the future, just leave it in the chat box at the bottom. I will answer them all. Or I would try to answer them all. I probably won't have too many since it's my first one. But I'm hoping I get a ton. So, thank you guys and have a good night. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.